Hello, Africa sports fanatics. Welcome to another episode of the Safari Soccer Show. I'm your host, Yvonne Etta. Now, my guest today does not need any introduction. He graced Kenya Premier League, has graced the Ugandan Premier League, went to South Africa, played for Kaizer Chiefs for 4 months, and then he's here to tell us what happened and what we expect from him. He even retired from the national team, from the Ugandan national team. Welcome, Walu, to the Safari Soccer Show. Please, just to our viewers, introduce yourself and just take us through your football journey.
Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah.
I'm also glad to have me on your program.
Yeah.
And I wish to give everything right as I expect it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Walusimbi Godfrey.
Yeah.
Some take me as call me as Jajawal.
Yeah,
I think
Jajawal.
even in Kenya,
Yeah.
by the way, most of the Kenyan fans and whatever, they call me Waza,
Yeah.
but Jajawal is more common.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So where did you start your football journey?
Yeah, of course, I started my football journey just here in Uganda.
Okay.
But in my village back then, when I was still in primary school, as you know, when you were still a kid, it's where I came from to join a certain club, which is still in the Premier League, which is SC Villa.
Yeah.
It brought me. I joined in under age groups. So it's where I came. It's like my mother club, because it is the club which I played for. I played first for in Uganda Premier League on top flight for 3 years. Then after 3 years, I had to leave. I joined the Viper, which is the so-called. No. By then it was called Bundamoya FC.
Okay.
Right now it is Viper. It got rebranded. So from Viper, that was 2012. I had to join Don Bosco in Congo.
Okay.
Then I was there for like a season. Then I had to return to Uganda, that my mother club. So I had to be there for something like 6 months. Then after 6 months, that was 2013. 2013, yeah, I joined 2013.
Yeah.
Then 2014 is when I had to join the Might Kogalo, Gor Mahia, Kenya.
Yeah.
Where I was for, I think, like 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's where I came from to join Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa. So after that 4 months you talked about, which I wasn't there, I think we shall talk about it in time to come.
Yes, we shall.
Yeah. Then I had to join Albania in Eastern Europe, FC.
Yeah.
FC Virazenia in Albania.
Yeah.
For 1 season. So my contract even ended in July.
Okay.
This year. So now I'm a free agent looking for the club.
Okay.
But I hope to get soon. Yeah, I hope to get one soon.
Okay, now talking of your mother club, the Sevilla, it used to be a powerhouse league in the Ugandan. It used to be a powerhouse in the Ugandan league. What went wrong with the club?
I think it goes with the management.
Okay.
With the management, when a club it is still powerful, as you've said, it goes with the management to keep that relevance of powerfulness. If the management is not, let me say, if someone is not working for the benefit of the club, so it has to lose its powerfulness. As in, I mean, when a club is still strong, it has supporters, what. So those so-called members or executive, you have to work so hard to see that the club stays with its relevance or the powerfulness with its supporters, how putting structures which can keep it, even when you guys you've left, the club can still run.
Yeah.
I mean that you see now SC Villa, it has no even a training ground.
Okay.
Right now, it is difficult for them to acquire one because the income they are getting now, let it be supporters, it cannot even sustain the players, as in paying their salaries, let it be their allowance, let it be what, you know.
Yeah.
But then they could, and they didn't use that chance. So it goes back to the members of the executive. When you are still getting something, just like the normal daily life, as we even players, when you are still getting money and you don't invest, so meaning there are going to be a time whereby you are not going to get that money. The more we grow older, the more money whatever in reduces, you know, because the more you grow older, more time, whatever teams look for young talented players. When we are to go back to the other whatever, the point we were on, those whatever the executive, let's say the executive, if at all it had planned well and they acquired, like let me say they had built a football stadium by then, right now supporters will be at least feeling okay to go, at least the stadium is ours. Let's go for the stadium so that our club can get funds to sustain our players, or we are going to get another new player. No, we need only to play one match. Let it be a friendly match. We get funds, what. But such things cannot happen when even you don't have a training ground. But I think it goes back to the executive. They are the one letting the clubs go down and reach a situation whereby even you can say that SC Villa was saying it was. Right now it is not. It goes back to the executive.
Okay, and you played for SC Villa twice before coming to Gor Mahia. What inspired you to come to the Kenyan Premier League?
First of all, I didn't know much of Kenyan football by then. But remember, we had a national team coach by then. He was Bobby. He had joined Gor Mahia, I think 2013, and they had been champions, I think. So he had to contact me and told me if you can join this club, and he was a good coach, a nice one. So I was like, coach, I'm just here for 6 months. Let me see whether I can make it. So he talked to me a couple of times. So I was like, maybe this is another chance. Let me join these people and I see what I can do for them, or what I can do for myself. So I had to join Gor Mahia through Bobby's inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you joined Gor Mahia and you won many titles with Gor Mahia. How would you rate the Kenyan Premier League?
Definitely. Hello, come again.
I have just asked, you joined Gor Mahia, won a lot of titles with Gor Mahia. So how would you rate the Kenyan Premier League?
Yeah, I can say Kenyan Premier League by then it was it was a nice one. Remember, there were many sponsors. If I'm not mistaken, Supersport was still in.
Yes.
Yeah, it was still in. Kenya Premier League was a big brand by then. It was competitive, if I'm to remember, because even the first title we took, it was a hard one. It was a tough one to take it. I think it was even the points were not that. There was no big difference between the leader and maybe the second position. Kenya Premier League by then it was tough, but I can say maybe also it has gone down because of, I don't know whether it is sponsorship or no, what, because even money, when money is not there, even players tend to relax,
Yes.
because the teams cannot pay well the players. The attitude is not going to be the same when someone goes to the pitch, because he knows after winning the game, there are
There's nothing.
yeah, nothing to gain, as
Yeah.
in maybe match bonuses. They are not going to be there, So someone is not going to give the same as the situation was back then. So I don't know, maybe right now because they wrote me that it got another sponsor. I don't know whether he can work more than he can be effective more than Super Sport.
Yeah.
But then Kenya Premier League was a competitive one. It was a nice one because even you could see players moving, flowing, as in moving too much from going to South Africa, going where.
Yes.
I don't know whether it is still the same, just like then. Now it's you to confess now.
I will confess later after we finish our interview. No, you just told me of the SC Villa management. So how do you rate the Gor Mahia FC management while you are staying at Gor Mahia?
The management wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Because at least you could see things flowing in each department.
Uh-huh.
Though you cannot say they were going 100%.
Yeah.
So some mistakes can be there and maybe there, but still it goes back to the other point I was talking about, because for now Gor Mahia they still have advantage because supporters are still there.
Yes.
For them they can maybe do something when it comes to maybe investing for the club,
Mm-hmm.
can still do something because supporters still have, as in, love the club, and more are still coming. So if at all they can do that for the club, because supporters are still there, at
Yeah.
least Gor Mahia can be somewhere better, more than where they are now. And the officials, at least they show some, at least there is some difference how they handle the system of the club, So I think they need to change a few things for
Okay.
the benefit of the club.
Okay. So talking of the officials of the Gor Mahia club, when you signed for Kaizer Chiefs, I think it was all over Kenya and it was news all over. Then by then, Gor Mahia management accused you of sneaking out of the country to go sign for Kaizer Chiefs. Will you please clear the air and state what really happened? Because most people still think that you sneaked from Gor Mahia to go and sign a deal with Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, those are one of the few mistakes I talked about,
Yes.
which they do make, because we players we sit all with our managements, which
Yeah.
are always behind us,
Yes.
and we discuss contracts. We agree on terms,
Mm-hmm.
and after agreeing of terms, so we have to sign a contract, which we have to follow.
Yeah.
You know, so we signed a contract with Gor Mahia, and I think I won't go too much in money issues,
Yeah.
but I know you may want it,
Yes, I
but
do.
eh?
I do.
but okay, the contract had a buyout clause. I think you know it.
Okay.
So we had to put it there. We signed that we are, if a player is supposed to move,
Yeah.
so he's supposed to go on this amount of money. If a club, or if at all the club comes in and it happens to be with this money,
Yeah.
such whatever kind of money,
Mm-hmm.
the club, we shall release the player to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, because we put they table their amount they are supposed to sign you
Yeah.
after you agree on the buyout or whatever clause. If all terms are agreed on, the contract has to be signed, which happened. However, all of those they are done, but a player has to move when the club knows,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So I had to to inform most of the officials about my journey. But as you know, maybe for them they didn't want, because the time I was traveling, the club, you remember, it was to travel. So maybe it's where the problem came from. So they had to act as if they didn't know anything, you know,
Okay.
because maybe the supporters and the fans were furious about them. So they had to deny. And a player cannot be in papers, as in media, as them be. So you cannot defend yourself, reply yourself in media that this and this happened, and it happened to bring out the truth. But they knew all what was going on.
So just to clear the air, Walusimbi did not sneak out of the country to go and sign for Kaizer Chiefs. Gor Mahia management was fully aware.
May you want maybe maybe me I just want. I was gonna say that I want Mr. Duda to come out to say that he didn't know, but
Yeah.
they had already they already said so, that they didn't know. I just sneaked.
Okay.
So I cannot say that maybe this one and this one and this one, but what I can say, they knew.
Okay.
But they didn't want me to travel.
Okay, I have to put a disclaimer on this. The words expressed are for my guest and are not mine.
Yeah, sure. No.
Yes,
Yeah,
the words expressed on this interview are my guest.
I'm the one
views.
saying so.
Yes, I'm not mine. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to the next question. What was your highlight during your stay at the Kenyan Premier League? One of your best moments.
Come again?
What was your highlight while playing for the Kenyan Premier League?
Couple of highlights. More so 2015.
Yeah.
2015 season.
The unbeaten
It was,
run.
yeah.
Okay.
Unbeaten run. It was a phenomenal one. You know, defending a trophy, whatever trophy.
Yeah.
And you go unbeaten without any hard times. I can say we didn't have hard times in that season. So it was the best highlight, I can say.
Okay, let me just get you back. Forget about this best highlight because there is still some tea here. The viewers need to check because while you were at Gor Mahia, you allegedly refused to travel to Tunisia to play against Esperance in the CAF Champions League preliminary match over pending salary and allowance owed by the club. And I remember there's also this time you also went missing. I think it was a home match against Esperance as well. You guys were playing at Machakos. You were not also on the squad, but then I think I spotted you around City Stadium in the morning, and Gor Mahia had a match later in the day. So why? What happened?
That goes back to the other scenario of traveling to Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
Because it was the same contract.
Yeah.
And the same terms. The same terms which were in the contract.
Yeah.
They are the ones which led me not to travel to Esperance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the Esperance game at home. It's where I came to tell even the coach that, coach, according to this and this and this, I won't travel in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
Because of this and this. It is not met according to the contract.
Yeah, agreement.
It is breached.
Yeah.
So I was following my contract. And the point of correction, it was not pending salary, neither allowance.
Okay.
It was sign-on fee.
Okay, sign-on. Okay.
Sign-on fee in the contract, because by signing, there was a pending amount, and the club chairman, Rache, pledged when to pay.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, chairman don't preach when you are not sure of the
Okay.
date you are going to pay.
Okay.
Because even me, I have a management behind me.
Yes.
So when you preach something, there are many whatever problems you are going to incur. Because when you preach, even me, if I'm being demanded,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell someone who is demanding me that on this and this date, I'm going to pay your amount.
Okay.
So if someone preaches, even you are going to preach somewhere.
Yes.
So the date had to come. So the preach even was in the contract.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the term which was agreed upon after the preach is not met, it was to terminate the contract.
Uh-huh.
To terminate, nothing else but to
To
terminate.
terminate. Yeah.
To terminate. When the preach date came,
Mhm.
the chairman didn't even have to contact me that this and this a problem
Yes.
has happened, so we won't be able to pay the the amount we agreed on, or we are not able to meet the preach. We are requesting for some time. Can you talk to your people? Or
Yes.
can you do this and this?
Yes.
That comes to communication where officials do wrong, and you hear wherever players have absconded from training, they have put the truth, what you've been hearing these stuffs.
Yes.
And I've always been telling even Gor Mahia, whatever executive, that it is not all about money.
Yes.
But communication is important. If you know you are not going to be with money, communicate well. It costs nothing for you, the chairman, to come to the training and tell players that the month is ending, but I won't be able to make whatever payments if, concerning with salaries. But they do nothing and they ignore everything. They tend to hide. So he when the date came, I had to call him. He ignored my calls. He's not picking. He's not replying my messages.
Okay.
I had to talk to the coach before even Esperance game in Machakos. I told him my problem. He told me, let's concentrate. We play whatever Esperance game, and we see what will happen. Even me, I'm going to talk to him. I was like, okay, but I don't want you to talk to him because you were not among the people we are negotiating with the contract. Him is supposed to take responsibility to get back to me, so that even me I can get something to tell my people behind me. He didn't do nothing, so I had to go train. He refused to pick my calls. Whatever we had the game got done. I told the coach from today, if the chairman doesn't work on my issue, I'm not getting back on training.
Yeah.
And remember, the contract is supposed to be terminated. I'm doing even something beyond my agreement. So I went home. To my worry, or adding whatever problems on problems, chairman said, if he doesn't go back for training or for club duties, I won't pay him. So I was like, maybe chairman is running mad, and I didn't know. I told the coach, okay, if he has said so, let me keep here. If he pays, I told him, let him check his contract, the copy he has, and he read somewhere. If I'm supposed to be on training and he pays what he preached, then I will go. If it is not the case, I won't. So maybe to cut the whatever, as in to make things short.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought maybe I'm I'm gonna change my mind. I told them I won't change my mind. I'm following my contract. So when you work on my issue, I will come back. Let it be the match is in the evening, and you pay me now. And if the coach feels like he wants to use me in that match, I will come play. So it's why you saw me absconding on a couple of matches and what I didn't travel to Esperance until when they paid and I came back. So after coming back, and I came back. I played the games. I don't know which game I came back. I don't know which game was on there. I don't know. Either FC Leopards Super Cup or what over or Sport Pesa in Nakuru.
Yeah, Sport Pesa Super Cup.
So after that, we played a couple of games there. Kaizer Chiefs deal came. So the anger, they still had the anger. That's why they acted so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me just ask you, because Gor Mahia is a big club. It's big
Yeah.
in East Africa, and I think in Africa. So do you think Gor
Mm.
Mahia is a big club being run unprofessionally? Because from your incidences, and also there are other players who have experienced the same as you. Do you think the club is being run unprofessionally from the top
Yeah,
management?
professionally ran. For them, they are contented
Mhm.
about the dominance
Okay.
locally.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone, maybe even the supporter locally, may think that the club is ran well. You
Mhm.
understand.
Yes.
You
But I
know,
don't think
the
so.
more we win games, the more we
Yeah.
win games on the
Yeah.
pitch,
Yeah.
you will not know that we are demanding. You
True.
understand?
Yes.
Until when we start losing games and you tend to ask, what is the problem? What is
Mm.
the problem? Until when you get player to play and you say, we've taken like 3 months, whatever, 3 months, we are not being paid.
Yes.
So that's it. The dominance locally, they are contented. The executive is contented with what they are doing. Even the supporters, maybe they are contented. But international, they still lack a lot of things.
Okay. And would you consider coming back to the Kenya Premier League after all the negative highlights?
Let it be this evening.
Uh-huh.
And someone sends me a ticket that you are
Okay.
supposed to sign
Uh, yeah.
for a certain club in Kenya.
Uh-huh.
I just put in my shoes and I fly.
Welcome back to Kenya.
Thank you.
Yes, because now the Kenya Premier League has a sponsor, as a betting sponsor. They have not sponsored our show, so I'm not gonna name the the betting company yet. I will talk to them for them to sponsor my show so that we can at least give them some airtime.
Now I give you even the agents. You are talking to a free player. Now I'm giving you the agents to look for money.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go to your time at Chiefs. While you were
Mm.
Chiefs, things didn't go well. As I said earlier while doing the introduction, you you played for only 4 months, 14 appearances. What happened? Was it a case of xenophobia or anything with the club?
Yeah, I think no, xenophobia. I cannot talk about it,
Okay.
but things were going on before the last month. Then maybe this goalkeeper of ours, Kuni, got a injury. He was out for the couple of games,
Mhm.
and they wanted to sign a goalkeeper who was a foreigner by then, and they were running out of a foreigner slot.
Yeah.
So they had to put one foreigner out
Mhm.
for to make entry for the other newcomer. And they knew it. January was a transfer window month.
Mhm.
I remember the game I last played. It was for Sundowns, and I played one half. So they put me out. So the games which came after Sundowns, I didn't appear. For them, they knew what they were doing,
Mhm.
you know, because they thought maybe, because my contract was 3 years, they thought maybe doing that I will not be with an option. All in all, I will accept whatever they will bring on table
On
for
the
me,
table. Yeah.
trying to understand for me.
Mhm.
Then I was like, even a colleague of mine was like, "Hey, you are not playing nowadays. What is happening?" Even me, I was like, I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. So like 2 weeks to the closure of the window,
Yeah.
they had to sign a little boy from their academy, who is a left back.
Mhm.
So then one goalkeeper, you know him, Denson Yang,
Yes.
he had to call me. He told me, "Hey, what are you on? Your club is signing another left back. What are they? What are they? Whatever planning ahead of the?" Then I was like, I don't know what they are planning, but or what they are playing, they have to put me in engagement to know what will happen. So things went on until the last day of the month. Window is closing,
Yeah.
like noon. It's when the manager is calling me and telling me, you know what, we want you to go on loan. We want to sign another goalkeeper. This and this, you know, Kuni got an injury. What? And I had, and the coach said, we are going to use you on our option. But the manager was like, me, I wanted to use another player because they had another player who had 3 months on his contract.
Okay.
I don't think whether even the 3 months were, yeah, like 3 months to 4, because we are in January, his contract was ending in June, and the player was not appearing. Even you said, for me, I had 14 appearances.
Yes.
That player had even, I don't think whether he had even 4 appearances, and he was a striker.
Okay.
So they told me, the coach said you, even me, I gave him an option that why don't we sacrifice the other player who has 3 months on his contract and is not appearing somewhere, but the coach said you. I was like, okay, the coach said me. And he was like, maybe the coach, because remember, he was a new coach. He's not the coach who signed me. But him too came when he likes me. But you know, as coaches be like, sometimes they have to follow the management.
Yes.
So even the manager maybe was hiding through the coach. So he was like, so we want you to go there for 6 months. After 6 months, you come back when this guy's contract has ended in June. I was like, why haven't you sacrificed that guy? He was like, no, the coach likes him, but he's not playing him. The coach maybe doesn't like you. I told him, when I go for 6 months loan, when I come back after 6 months, will the coach have gone by that time? He was like, you never know. The coach, we can chase him anytime. I told him, okay, let me talk to the management. I will see what happens. Then after talking to my management was they were so lenient to the guys. I told them, you've seen what the guys have been doing since January, day one. Why they had to engage me, even the management, and they say we are supposed to do this and this stuff. We are taking this one on loan. What option do you have? Do you have any option? Because even me, I can decide where to go, or either to go or not to go. If they want to do that, I can tell them, oh, what you know, as in, let's do this. Let me get somewhere to go. If you need me, I will come back. Then he was like, the management, they were so lenient. Maybe they were fearing the guys, thinking that Kaizer Chiefs, it is Barcelona. Then I told them, if you are fearing them, then they told me, come back at 3, we discuss. Then when I came back, even the other guys from Chipa, they had come, even the goalkeeper, they are going to sign that Ekpe, Aaron Ekpe, the Nigerian.
Okay.
Then I had to ask them, when have you been all the time? You've not been seeing me. January has been a transfer window. Have you been seeing me playing games since January? No, but we've seen you in South Africa. We've admired you. Now we want to sign you. What? I told them I want to go in your club. Then I had to ask the manager, did you find yourself when Chipa also they are selling their number 1 first goalkeeper at night? You are saying that you made the decision at night. He was like, no, what? You go there, you will come back. I told him, no, I'm not going to go on loan. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay here, train with you guys. You can cancel the whatever, the license, what. When this guy goes in, I'm not going to feature in games. I'm going to train on the club. When this guy goes in June, you register me again. He was like, no, you go there. We want you to get playing time. What? I told him, you know what? Even me right now, I can retire, because I was mad. Just because maybe they thought they thought I'm a villager. I don't know, because you cannot tell someone on last day that
Yes.
you go there. Last
Yes.
day, and the all January you've been whatever planning your all stuff. Then I told him, cancel my contract. I don't want money. I go back. They were like, no, we are not canceling. We spent a lot of money on you. We are not canceling the contract. And when you terminate, I want 10 million rand. I told him, if you want 10 million rand, it is okay. Me, I'm terminating. It is okay with you. Put in 10 US dollar, million US dollar. It is okay. If a club comes in future and it still needs me, you will be paid. And he was like, no, let's not do that. What? Okay, let's do this. What? As you know, for me, I was fed up. I told them terminate, and they terminated. So the situation was just like that.
They terminated without the 10 million rand.
In fact, it's not them, because they were running away from paying, meeting the way expenses. So I told them, for me, I don't want you to meet the expense. You just terminate. They refuse. So they put a situation whereby it is me who is supposed to pay them. They put there some money which like 20,000, which we paid, and they gave me my release.
Okay. Okay, and do you believe in social and political revolution?
Are you talking about politics?
Yes, I am, because going by your Instagram post lately, you are politically active.
You are seeing me with my friends.
Yes, campaigning and supporting National Unity Platform.
Have you seen me somewhere campaigning, or you've seen me with my friends?
No, me, I have seen you with your friends.
Yeah, with my friends who are politicians.
Yes. So
just like you can be with your friend who is a sporty and you are not a sporty.
Yeah. So do you want to join politics, or you just have your politician friends around you?
Right now, I cannot determine, or I cannot say no, and I cannot determine my destination. But I can say if something comes, and I can offer leadership or anything in that sector, again, I cannot deny, because everything happens with the will of God.
Okay, and you are one of the players who values his welfare so much and wouldn't want club management to joke with your salary and wages, because it's not a 1 out of 10 of players, players will stick to this principle. Not all are this strict. So take us through this your principle, because it's not so much people who can do it.
Come again?
You are one player who values his welfare so much and who want club management to joke with your salary and wages. Just take us through your principle, because not so many football players will do this.
Yeah, I understand. According to our career, we sporties,
yes,
we have limited time, and we don't have, as in we usually don't invest, as in we don't take on education, and we tend to rely on our talents.
Yes,
which is a good thing if you use it effectively. And it is a good thing that we talented people, God give us that stuff and we be extraordinary to the normal people, because we all go through the same challenges. As in, what I mean, when we go to school, we all enter the class and we be with we tend to aim at a certain positive end product. As in, when after my education, I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I want to be this. But to our side, remembering I can be focusing to be a doctor, or wanting to be something else or an engineer, but I still be a footballer, as in I'm a footballer, a well footballer. If I decide to concentrate on football, it can also put me somewhere where being a doctor, it can put me. So when you decide to take on football and you leave education, let me say you wanted to do medicine and you drop it and decide to be a soccer player, meaning you've taken it as a profession.
Yes.
You too, yourself, you have to invest in it. You have to concentrate. You have to love something you are doing.
Yes.
So when you love it, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. We have no freedom. Freedom of, happening, as you know. If you are a profession player, you have no freedom, as in enjoying yourself within your career. It can happen, but for the limited time, and not, anyway, enjoying responsibly, what I mean. So, meaning when you get a contract somewhere and you agree on terms, you have your journey you are aiming for, and you've timed yourself in 10 years. I want to be this, maybe in 10 years I will retire. But you have to retire when you've done something, or you have invested. Through those years, you've done something at least you can rely on. Remember, you dropped something for something, so when you don't utilize it well. So for me, it always hurt me when I see that I've featured maybe in a certain game and I'm supposed to be given something like promising. And you tell me that when you win this and this a game, you are going to get 100,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah.
And after winning, because I have to give all out,
Yes.
I have preparing for that game. I have to do a lot of things. I have to pay for myself a gym. I have to organize myself. I have to sleep early, focusing on that, whatever. Remember, for you as an official, you are in the office enjoying yourself, you are taking beer, but you don't want me to see me in the bar.
Yes.
Yeah, you are happening with your wife in the house. For me, when you see with my woman walking, or even fans, when they see me with my woman, they will say, he's walking with the women.
Yes.
One woman has turned in women because they saw me.
Yes.
So we tend to get away out of that stuff. But after performing, and you tell me that you don't have money, and remember, we are being seen everywhere, and the expectations are high.
Yes.
Just like, so and so, they are being paid, but you are not being paid. And after maybe you've retired, they are going to start saying, they were paid a lot of money, what, and they were enjoying themselves. Now see how he looks like. However, some players, they get it and they misuse it. But me, I just don't want to see maybe executive or an official doing, as in not paying a player, and yet a player has a contract which is signed with them, and he is performing and is following everything, code of conduct, what, but the executive is not doing everything right. That's why every time for me, I be on the maybe a strike side. If it comes to strike, payment, salary, what, I feel like I want even to undress myself to go naked.
Talking of you can even undress for you to get paid. What you are on record for suing Don Bosco of DR Congo, in which you won the case and was awarded $20,000. That was a landmark case. Did they pay you the money as directed by FIFA?
Yeah, of course they paid the money. They paid it. Yeah.
Let's cross over to your time at Albania. It hasn't been a good hunting ground for Africans, especially for our Kenyan brothers who've gone there. How was like your time there?
Yeah, it is a challenging one. As you know, Europe, racism, it is still there, but sometimes it is hidden, and you cannot see it, and it is done indirectly in many occasions or activities, and it happens to affect everyone accordingly. You know, everyone
Mhm.
is strong according to maybe his heart, how he is, or but that one has affected too many players in European clubs. It depends how you take it.
Okay.
But if you have a weak heart or you have soft feelings, you cannot survive anywhere. But for me, it wasn't that hard time, though I cannot rate it as a best place to play football if you are still looking for exposure or still looking for money somewhere that I'm looking for this and this after. Maybe you can, what I can say, you can get better offers when you are in Kenya Premier League
Okay.
than Arubania, I tell you,
Really?
than Arubania, according to their league.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I can say. But it is not a good place that where you can feel comfortable that here I'm going to maybe to extend to somewhere else, what, because even you yourself, you've not had many players coming from Urbania League, maybe joining big clubs.
Yes.
They are not there.
Yes. They go back to either their former club.
Yeah, just like that. So their league, it is still low, average.
Okay, you were recently rumored to be joining Police FC, but the deal didn't fall through. Confirm the rumors. And if it's true, what happened?
Yeah, they were still rumors. Then, I'm saying, then they were rumors.
Yeah,
Though after rumors,
yeah.
my management had talks with the club.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, talks are still going on. Maybe when they agree on something,
Yes.
maybe I can join. It's what I can say.
Okay. Okay, and I think you said you had retired from the national team against the Uganda Cranes. You've enjoyed playing for the Uganda Cranes for so long, and you have over 100 caps for the national team. How has that been possible for you?
Challenging times, but I think it is achievable
Okay.
if you know, yeah, if because it all goes back to self-management.
Mhm.
You as a player, because you determine yourself how, as in how you conduct yourself, discipline-wise, physically, how you maintain your health, fitness, what, all of goes there, as in fitness-wise or health-wise.
Mhm.
Many maybe physio and maybe doctors, they are going to tell you that don't do this and this, or eat this and this.
Okay.
But what have you done to follow what they have told you?
Yeah.
That goes back to self-discipline and self-management. If they tell you that maybe don't eat fried stuffs, what, eat this to maintain your health, to maintain your weight, don't do this, it will cost you, and you don't go by because you know, now here they are not saying me, let me take my one crate of beer. I don't think whether you manage, and yet tomorrow you are having a training. That's what I told you that. That's why I told you that it is a challenging moment whereby you are supposed to leave a lot of things.
Yes.
As in, you don't have to enjoy yourself because when you are playing for the national team, you have to get you will get a certain token of money. As you know, our national team, they are not the best, but at least when you are getting a certain token of money, you'll be extraordinary or except extraordinarily from other players who doesn't have a national team whatever appearance or calls, because when you go to the national team and you come back, let me say you've got like 100,000 US rather Kenyan shillings, you will not be the same, just like a player couldn't appear there. So meaning that money, it is gonna be tempting. You can say, now by the time salary comes, this one will be keeping me to go in the bar, chop, buy my friends what.
Yes.
But you have to know that this money, at least I can invest it, or I can do this and this, so that it can keep me going. But I have to focus and get another one more than this. Maybe on the next game on the national team, let me see that. Maybe I be there, I get more than this one. Next game, let me try to happen. Even on the other, whatever, next party for the national team, maybe I will get more than this. So that enthusiasm you put in yourself, it can keep you going, until you feel like maybe it is enough time, maybe let me end my career here and leave other young boys to go. So your self-motivation, self-management, discipline, so they have to be paramount for yourself to make it.
Okay, and just share with us your experience in participation for the 2 AFCON finals. I think you appeared twice in
Yeah,
AFCON
sure.
finals. Yes, just the feeling.
Yeah, it was a great feeling,
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm to take you back, the first time we qualified, it was the finals were 2017, those of 2017. If I'm not forgetting, 2017. We had been out for 38 years. 38, I think.
Mm-hmm.
38, before even I was not born by then. The country had been there. That was was it 78? That's when we last appeared. So all along, we were like, hey, when are we getting back? So the whole country was waiting for that one moment when the country will get back there. So even me, when I started, because I joined my debut for the national team was 20. I won't talk about the friendly. If I'm talking, it was 2012. Though I appeared in a certain friendly which was international in 2008.
Okay.
But me being a starter, it was 2012. That campaign of 2012. So it was challenging, whereby you guys denied us a chance to qualify. So even we are talking where you are you are interviewing me, but I don't like you. Joking. So we failed. So I was like, after that failure, Kenya in Nambola, I was like, I don't know whether we shall get another chance just like this one. So the whole country were down, we players were down. So we were like, hey God, what have you done this evening? So when it came to 2016 and we qualified, I was like, thank God, at least I can even think about retiring. Now, if the country has gone back and it has qualified when I'm impressive among the people who have made it, it is a great feeling. So we qualified, we went there, we appeared, we didn't do well as well. Then we came back, we qualified the second time. When I was among the people, I was among the people still who made the final list to the finals in Egypt. Then I was like, no, I cannot take another chance appearing. I can leave even the young boys to expose themselves, just like even me, I was left to appear. So that's why I took the decision to retire.
Okay, talking over, Kenya denied you a chance. So how was it playing against Harambee Stars at international level?
By then, even I didn't know that I would once join even Gor Mahia or I would be in Kenya. So after Kenya after Kenya denying us, I was like, what is happening? Can't Kenya leave their neighbors to qualify? So I got a lot of hatred. I was like, these people. And I remember when I came to Nairobi, I met those of Karaba,
Yeah.
because I knew some of them because we are meeting on certain occasions during Sekafa regions, you know. So I was like, I found those guys in Gor Mahia. I was like, you guys, but where were you, what were you on denying us? And I was like, so, but even me, I'm just playing on one one time as in let it be when you guys you want to qualify and you find Uganda, it is supposed to give you a slot. And we see how you guys will be on your knees.
So Uganda can deny
But it was really a bad feeling.
Okay.
But we forgot everything because we got what we want. Yeah.
Okay, as we wind up our interview, just your final thoughts and word of advice to the players, because you are one of the players who champion for the players' rights. So maybe what you would advise the players, and you have also talked of players investing with the little that they get. So just your last part, your last word.
All right. What I can say to an advice, and it is a great one. Players should believe in themselves. Believing in yourself as you enter the game and you believe in yourself that, I'm the one entering this game. I have to win it. I have to do this, and this to see that I perform to my best. They should also believe in themselves. Leave alone intimidations officials tend to put, and you know their rights. Get to know that when you sign a contract, when you sign a contract, you sign a code of conduct, which you have to follow. So, meaning even the terms in the contract you sign, they are supposed to be followed by the officials or executive. As you too, you are supposed to follow the terms you put in the contract. So most of the players, they tend to be in a situation whereby they are being helped where they are. As in when the club signs you and they tend to breach your contract, as in I mean they tend to not to pay your salaries, what you agreed on. Players tend to not to, they don't have that they don't tend to come out to speak out their mind, fearing maybe when I speak out, they are going to say, because even here in East Africa, I don't know Africa in general, leave alone the professional clubs. Here in Africa, when a player speaks about money,
Yes.
it becomes indiscipline.
Yes.
So players should be brave, get to know that you signed for the club. Let it be they didn't give you sign-on fee or they gave you, but what you agreed on, you are supposed to fight for it. Yes. So don't fear to come out to say that my salary was not paid. I'm supposed to demand for it, and you are supposed to get it, because on the end of the contract or end of the day, after you get injured or you get into retirement, you are going to be questioned, where were you putting the money you were which was being paid to you, and you have no answers to the question. So fight for what you are supposed to get. Don't remove the fear from you. Fight for your rights. Get your money, invest it. Don't misuse it, because our career doesn't go beyond 15 years. It stops there. So when you don't invest your money, which you got when you are still playing, and the more you play, the more you grow older. Yeah. So it's better to fight for your fights, invest, don't misuse your money, so that you can be an important player or person after your football career.
Okay, thank you very much, Walu. To our viewers, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Safari Soccer. Follow us on all our social media handles at Safari Soccer on both Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Thank you very much once again, Walusimbi, and all the best in your football journey. I hope some agent from somebody from Kenya to send you flight ticket, so you just put on your shoes and come back.
Even let it be this evening, I can come. You see me on Jekia landing.
Okay, thank you very much. And all
Very,
the best.
thank you, thank you.